My Last Duchess by Robert Browning. The poem My Last Duchess tells the story of possessiveness and the consequent murder. Written in the form of a dramatic monologue, the speaker is an Italian duke of the Renaissance period. The listener is a messenger who has come with a marriage proposal. The reader is exposed to a multifaceted examination of the act of murder. The Duke's possessive passion for collecting objects of beauty, his sense of refinement and aristocratic pride, do not easily contrast with his cruelty and material greed, but also provide in an uncanny way the explanation for it. In a brief span of 56 lines, the characters of the Duke, his dead wife, and of the period are delineated very skillfully, at times with the help of parentheses, colloquial diction, and broken syntax. Let us read the poem My Last Duchess. That's my last Duchess painted on the wall, looking as if she were alive. I call that piece a wonder now. Fra Pandolf's hands work busily a day, and there she stands. Will it please you sit and look at her? I said Fra Pandolf by design, for never read strangers like you that pictured countenance, the depth and passion of its earnest glance. But to myself they turned, since none puts by the curtain I have drawn for you, but I, and seemed as they would ask me, if they durst, how such a glance came there. So not the first are you to turn and ask thus. Sir, it was not a husband's presence only called that spot of joy into the Duchess's cheek. Perhaps Fra Pandolf chanced to say, her mantle laps over my lady's wrist too much. Or paint must never hope to reproduce the faint half flush that dies along her throat. Such stuff was courtesy, she thought, and cause enough for calling up that spot of joy. She had a heart, how shall I say, too soon made glad, too easily impressed. She liked whatever she looked on, and her looks went everywhere. So 'twas all one, my favour at her breast, the dropping of the daylight in the west, the bough of cherries some officious fool broke in the orchard for her, the white mule she rode with round the terrace, all and each. All and each would draw from her alike the approving speech, or blush at least. She thanked men, good, but thanked somehow, I know not how, as if she ranked my gift of a 900 years old name, with anybody's gift. Who'd stoop to blame this sort of trifling? Even had you skill in speech, which I have not, to make your will quite clear to such an one, and say, just this or that in you disgusts me. Here you miss or there exceed the mark. And if she let herself be lessoned so, not plainly said, her wits to yours, forsooth, and made excuse, in then, in then would be some stooping. and I choose never to stoop. Oh, sir, she smiled, no doubt, whenever I passed her. But who passed without much the same smile? This grew. I gave commands. Then all smiles stopped together. There she stands, as if alive. Will it please you rise? We'll meet the company below then. I repeat, the Count your master's known munificence is ample warrant that no just pretence of mine for dowry will be disallowed. Though his fair daughter's self, as I avowed at starting, is my object. Nay, we'll go together down, sir. Notice Neptune, though, taming a seahorse, thought a rarity, which cloths of Innsbruck cast in bronze for me. Note,